Hey everyone, and how's it going? I haven't done a gear review in a while, so I'm excited to bring this one to you. I've got a lot lined up. My problem is, and maybe this is a problem or maybe it's a good thing, I don't want to just give you first impressions. I want to give you, after I've used the product, what is the best product for you, for me, for whoever, and the questions that come up in my mind whenever I'm using a product and what I want to see personally. I love that there's companies that will send me items. I really appreciate it. I don't receive payment from these companies. They just send me items and I let them know I'm going to give an honest review as to what I'm looking for and what I'm thinking. So today we are going to go over Digiscoping and Digiscoping options. So there's two companies that launched recently. There's Magview and then there's Ollin. And I'm going to do a little head-to-head today. I've been able to take these out in the field, test them in areas where I've done glassing, and how I would use them personally, and maybe some questions that might come up for you. I'd love to see your questions down below as well. Continue the conversation just so that we can make sure that everyone has their questions answered as I've gone through and picked which one works best for my setup. Might not be the best one that works for you, and I'm just going to let you know that. So to start off here, we've got Magview. Okay, so this is the B1 for their binoculars. Okay, nice box. I mean, it's super solid. It reminds me a lot of, if you guys are Apple users, just the quality that Apple puts into their boxing. And then here is the, let me turn it up right here, the spotting scope adapter. So the S1 is what that one is called. So you've got the B1 for the binoculars, and you've got the S1 for the spotting scope. So that's one thing that really intrigued me about Magview when I first learned about them, because at the time I didn't have a spotting scope. I usually used my buddy's spotting scope, and he had a Digiscoping adapter from a previous company he wasn't necessarily thrilled about, and seeing his struggles that he dealt with kept me from wanting to buy a spotting scope because honestly I would just be getting the footage for me to share with my family, and then of course, you know, make interesting things on Instagram or share videos with friends, you know, of maybe some bulls or any other animal that I may be going after, right? So just to kind of go from there, I had some binoculars, and so I thought Magview would be a cool option, because what Magview is you have this little ring, so I've got it right here, and this ring is cinched down by an Allen key there. And there's different adapters for the inside here based on the width or how skinny the eyepiece is on your binoculars. Okay, so at the time I only had binoculars. I got a tripod set up for the binoculars, and before I even learned about another company that we'll talk about here in a minute, I just thought this would be awesome. So basically, and I'm just going to slide it on here, but you would tighten it down based on, you know, your eyepiece. And then what you do is they come with these little plates, these little magnetic plates. And let me see if I've got one laying around here for you. So you get the box, you open up the box, and I don't want things to go flying, but you get a couple of these plates that have a sticky solution on the back that you can slap on any case that you like. Okay, so I bought a separate case just to do the review. It's a good solid case for the iPhone. I run an iPhone, and I haven't branched out yet into getting a camera. I know I will eventually, especially for gear reviews such as these. Using a high definition webcam just isn't going to cut it for much longer. So for now, anyway, I'm running my phone. And what was cool is that you can use any phone case that you want. Okay. And so what you'll do here is you'll mount your binos to whatever tripod, or even if you're just, you know, you're glassing over here, you see something, if you want to play the game, which I've done multiple times where I hold, you know, you hold your phone up to get it lined up right. Well, this metal adapter, the magnetic plate here, just clips on to there. Okay, now I don't have it lined up perfectly, right? But basically what you would do is, oh, it popped off because I didn't have it cinched down. Sorry about that. That's user error. Okay, so what you would do is you would follow, there's going to be a little circle of light that as you bring the phone in to the eyepiece, if I can get this lined up, right, there we go. As you bring the phone into the eyepiece, there's going to be a little circle of light, okay? You're going to follow that. Now the thing is with iPhones and most new phones is there's 3 separate cameras, right? Let me see if I can grab my iPhone here. Okay, so there's 3 separate cameras, right? And so what I was I guess what you may encounter is you have to follow that circle all the way in until you clip it on, and then it works great. It's a great adapter, especially, again, if you're only into binoculars, you don't have a spotting scope setup, the B1 is an awesome option for, basically digiscoping, right? If you only have binoculars, you want to get a quick binocular shot with your phone, that's awesome. And another thing, again, if you guys run a case and you don't want to have to replace your case like some previous companies that were out on the market, big bulky case, something you only use in the field, etc. This would be a really good option because, again, you can use this metal adapter and it will work if you want to hook it to a car mount or whatever. You just don't get the charging capabilities like you do. So with the iPhones, you get the MagSafe charging. So for me, either way, I'm going to have a separate case for my phone. I don't have Apple Play in my car, as it's not a thing for me. I just use Bluetooth. So for me, I don't plug my phone in anyway. I use wireless. So I want to take advantage of the MagSafe charging on the iPhone. And so either way, I'm going to have a separate case for Magview. Okay. So just kind of, again, going down the list, guys. If you only have binoculars and you want something right now to be able to digiscope with, Magview is a great way to go because you get this metal plate, you get this little ring to throw on the eyepiece of your binoculars, and you are good to go. Okay? That's a plus. Another big plus for a lot of people is, again, not having to have a different case for your phone when you're in the field versus when you are just out and about in your daily life. So how that works with the spotter, and if you do have a spotter, now we're going to move into the spotting scope adapter version of Magview. So it's awesome. It's a great setup. Okay, again, high quality foam to keep it from getting damaged. And this piece comes out. Okay, again, it comes with plates. It comes with the Allen that you need to adjust it. And that goes over your spotting scope eyepiece, and it gives it protection, right? It cinches down just like the B1, where it's got the Allen, so it will adjust to whatever size spotting scope you've got. You flip that open, and that right there is your magnetic piece. So this part right here is the eyepiece on your spotting scope. Again, the metal adapter. This is your magnetic piece. It will slap on right there. So again, you're going to follow that little circle of light all the way in until it magnetically snaps on. And then again, I'm not holding it at all, right? So the magnets are pretty strong. It's a good product, guys. It really is. It's awesome. Magview did a great job. It magnetically closes here. So I'm putting a little bit of force right here, and it's not opening. You have to put a little bit more force to pop it open, then it stays open. Okay? Great option as well. So if you want to run the Magview, again, pros, the big pros for the Magview. One, you don't have to run a separate case. So if you don't use the magnetic charging capability of your iPhone, I'm not sure if any other phones use similar wireless charging options in the car, and you just want to run one phone case, Magview is an awesome option. Okay. Again, if you're only using binoculars right now, the Magview is a good option because of the B1. Okay. So those are the pros for Magview. Again, quality built, solid. It worked really well for me. Now going into kind of the cons. Okay. The things that for me didn't work as well. Again, you can't use magnetic charging. Okay, so that eliminated, for me anyway, it eliminated the idea of only having to have one phone case. I still am going to have 2 phone cases, which is why I have this separate phone case for the Magview. because I like to use my magnetic wireless charging in the car. That's how I connect it to the car, and that's just what I use to charge my phone in the car. So that was not a pro for me necessarily, because either way I'm going to have 2 cases. Another con was I did notice there was a couple of times, not every time, and again, this could be user error. If you use it enough, maybe you get really good at finding that circle of light. But with the iPhone having 3 different cameras, right, and they're not necessarily straight in a line, I would notice that sometimes as I would get close to the spotter or the binoculars, I'd go in, and I'd get almost there, and then it would switch to the other camera. And I'm like, okay, so then, start over, switch, click, right? And it would do it the second time. Or, you have to get it on the binoculars or the spotter, and you're still adjusting a little bit. Again, guys, small, minor thing. And that goes back to the whole idea of, if you want to have one case, Magview is a great option. Okay, you're still going to deal with sometimes, again, user error. As you get better at it or you use it frequently, you'll probably get quicker at it. Maybe with different phones than the iPhone, with the 3 cameras kind of in a triangle, maybe it works a little bit better. I'm not sure. I didn't test it on those other devices. But as you bring it in, you just got to follow that little circle of light, and you got to make sure it stays on that one camera. Maybe I've heard that there's apps that you can get that turn off the other 2 cameras. There's other ways to work around it. If that's the way you want to go, it's great, because then you can just have one plate. You got the bino adapter, which is, it's the only one that I know of on the market as of right now, is the B1, the bino adapter. And then you've got the spotter, so that same magnetic plate will work for the spotter. Okay, so again, great options. I have nothing against Magview whatsoever. It's quality product. Again, quality. You cinch it down. It's to fit basically the binos or the spotter that you have, and it gives great protection on the spotter as well with this case right here. So for me, again, really good option. Mostly pros with only a couple cons that for me just it didn't work out. I mean, there was one time, again, guys, this is not on Magview, but this is my personal experience. Okay. I was going out to look at, and it was like right at last light, at some deer. Turned out to be they were just does, but I wasn't able to get my camera on the spotter right, so I just had to look at it, and I wasn't able to get the footage that I was looking to get through my spotter, because I wasn't able to get the camera focused in on the one camera that needed to be focused in to get the recording. So again, if that's something that bugs you, just kind of take that into account. And again, the only other thing would be the Magview doesn't allow you to charge wirelessly. Other than that, guys, again, great product, solid company, and I really appreciate that they sent it out to me to test it out. I gave one to my my stepdad for his binoculars, just because he only uses binoculars. He doesn't use a spotter as of right now. And he's super stoked about it to be able to go out and have that on his phone, because he doesn't use the magnetic charging capability of the iPhone. So having that on his phone, that makes sense for him, because he only needs one case for out of the field and in the field. So again, that works. Okay. All right. So I mentioned there were 2 companies and that I tested out. And so the other company also sent me their product. So this is Ollin. Now, I've had Ollin, Nathan, on the podcast, and he talked about his product. We went through it. It was the day that I received it in the mail. Great product. You guys then will have seen this, the box. Okay, inside the box. Again, quality packaging. I love when companies take care of their packaging because, it just keeps it, just makes it look nice, right? It's always good to see. So anyway, here's the origin story of Ollin, and then you've got the 2 cutouts. This is from my spotter. That doesn't come with it, but you've got the 2 cutouts, right, for the adapter that it comes with, and then underneath you've got the phone case. So this would be, sitting in here like that. Okay, perfect. Added my own little touch to it, of course. The 1 of 1 RedBeard Outdoors edition of the Ollin adapter. So it's a good quality, again, good packaging, just like any other company that I've seen that takes care of their products. It's great packaging. And then, you know, you get the origin story, which is awesome. I loved hearing Nathan's story when he shared it here on the podcast. It was great. So again, there's the box. Now the phone case. So the phone case is super slim. Just like, again, with the other company, you can choose whatever phone case you want. It's just as slim as my current case. You guys can see that. And great protection in here, right? It's not an OtterBox, right? Because you don't want that big bulky case. And then you've got the adapter here on the back side. Okay, so on the back side here, the adapter, I mean, it's just awesome. Okay, so again, it is a separate case, guys. So the case and the adapter. So I've got the adapter here on my spotter that I wanted to show you guys. Okay, see if I can bring this over here without knocking over a bunch of stuff. So the adapter here is, you can twist it off. It's magnetic. Okay. It just snaps on. It's great protection. All right. Comes with a little lanyard, so you can just twist it off and drop it. Right. That's what I do. Anyway, this ring right here has the magnets in it. You just orient the symbol completely just straight up. And basically what happens is, I mean, you've got this case and you've got your phone in here. You spot the animal, you get them in the scope, and there you go. Now what you'll notice, and this is one thing that for me makes a difference. Again, I like to show the comparison for you guys so you can make the choice of what's best for you. But for me, it automatically lines up the one camera that you need to have that digiscoping footage. Okay, so, and it's pretty, I mean, it's pretty sturdy, right? For me to be able to get that off, you almost have to twist it. Now, what's cool about it too is, look, if I kind of come in at an angle, it's rejecting it. It's not letting the magnets line up. If it's straight up and down, it'll line up, okay? And if it's perfectly horizontal, it lines up as well, right? So again, show that perfectly straight up and down and horizontal. Okay, so with cameras that have the with phones that have the 3 different cameras, okay, you're able to see how that could be beneficial. And for me, it's super quick. I love the ability to go through and just snap the phone case on. You've got the footage rolling. It's good to go. You're ready to go. So that's a big plus for this digiscoping adapter. Now, again, it's got the protector here. You literally just drop it on and it snaps into place. So here's the deal, guys. Here's what it boils down to. And for me, why I'm going with the Ollin case. Okay, there's not a Bino adapter yet. He is working on it. Okay, it is coming out. I'm excited for it to come out. It should be out pretty soon. As soon as that comes out, you bet you I'm going to get out there and I'm going to test it for you guys. And it will be compatible with this phone case. So the phone case is phone specific, right? Which makes sense. Here's what it boils down to for me, because honestly, even the pricing on both of them, if you're looking at the spotting scope adapter versus spotting scope adapter, with the plates and the spotting scope adapter over here, they're basically the same price. Okay. I looked it up just before here. I'm not going to give a price because obviously prices can change. But when I looked it up, they were within a couple dollars of each other. So the pricing isn't different in all reality. It's basically the same price if that's what you're concerned about. The other thing too is what it boils down to is, are you using the magnetic charging on your phone to where you're going to have 2 separate cases anyway? For me, I have to have 2 separate cases anyway. So that eliminated that pro. For some people, that's a big pro for going with Magview. And that's what a lot of their marketing is based on, is that you only need 1 phone case for in the field and out the field. That's amazing. I think that's an awesome idea. For someone like me, didn't quite work. It didn't add to the pros list for me personally. The other thing for me is, since I'm going to have 2 separate cases anyway, okay, now what I'm looking at is the speed that this hits on the adapter. Okay, that's what won it for me overall, to be 100% honest with you. I love the vision that both companies have, but definitely with Ollin, talking with Nathan, he's got it. I mean, he's got so many ideas that are coming to fruition. They're already testing. You guys keep on the lookout for that. But basically, that's what it boiled down to for me, was the speed of the adapter. I mean, that to be 100% honest with you, that was the main thing that it boiled down to. And then, of course, I love companies that, like Nathan, have this great vision and they're implementing it, and they're just going after, like his company name says, all in, right? And go look that up. It's OLLIN, and what that means in the language that it originates from. For me personally, guys, that's the one I'll be running. Okay, is the all-in adapter. I love, again, not having to deal with which camera is on and adjusting it. I love being able to just slap it on and we're good to go. And again, since and I'm just going to keep reiterating this because this was a big thing for me, since I'm already doing 2 foam cases anyway, one for in the field and one for out of the field, that eliminated that pro for me. So you're going to have to go through yourself and figure out which one works best for your capabilities, what you like to use your phone for, how you use your phone in the field versus out of the field. And again, like I said, pricing is really, it's not even really a consideration as far as pricing difference. They're within a couple dollars of each other from what I saw last time I checked on their site. So because of that, and again, big thanks to Magview for sending the product out, letting me test it. I really appreciate it. I've got a discount code for you guys for All In. I'll leave it down below. Use the discount code. You save 10% and you get free shipping. Okay, so that'll save you a good little chunk of change there. Go over and check out All In. Go snag, if this is the one that you're wanting to use for your digiscoping in the future. Again, super slim case. I know they're working on, being able to mount this in your car, using this as your phone mount for your car as well. And there's so many other ideas. Like I said, the binoculars adapter is going to be coming out soon. You guys keep an eye out. I love what they're doing over at All In. Just great company, great guys, and hope you guys enjoyed this review. That's a big reason why I started RedBeard Outdoors. Of course, sharing that average Joes, Janes and Joes like you and me can just get out with a family. We can have a 9 to 5. We can enjoy the outdoors. We can go hunting if we want. We can go backpacking, hiking, still live that life, live a healthy lifestyle. And another big reason was because I wanted to bring you guys gear reviews that maybe took into consideration some questions that I personally had. And again, feel free to drop down below any questions that you have as far as gear reviews go, maybe future gear reviews that you want to see, or questions about the adapters themselves. I'm really stoked that I got to compare these two. Again, it boiled down to very small differences as to which one necessarily won for me. I mean, again, both of them serve great purposes. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. And as I always say, of course, get out, live your life, and love it.